Hello, welcome to In the Den with Dr. Jenn, an open-minded and crazy place for females to explore sexuality in a comprehensive manner and start thinking about female sexuality outside the box. With us today as our Den guest is Sayaka Adachi. Now, just a few years ago, Sayaka was a school psychologist with a master's degree in special education. Now, she is a dedicated sexual educator, clinical sexologist, and life coach in sexuality with her doctorate degree in human sexuality. Now, born and raised in Japan, Sayaka brings a uniquely enlivening style to her practice, one that blends Eastern sexual traditions and current Western information. Her vibrant teaching methods encourage women and men to discover new erotic possibilities, ones that include a deeper love of self and greater sexual confidence with others. Hello,
I love that.
Sayaka. I think it was your wording anyway. So
actually, our friend wrote it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
very nice. And I want to use that as a lead-in. You know, with your mix of Eastern and Western ideas, how do you think spirituality is relevant to women's sexuality?
Oh, that's a good question. When people say about spirituality and sexuality, a lot of people automatically think that it's Tantra. And a lot of people automatically think that it's going to be incense-lit and, you know, this kind of stuff. And that's not all there is. Of course, Tantra is a great practice and you know, there are great teachers here. But I want to say beyond that we all humans are spiritual beings. So whatever we are doing, it is spiritual. So even if it's a hardcore fucking, it is.
So to speak.
Yeah, it is spiritual. If it's a one night stand, it's still spiritual. You don't have to have a specific format in order for people to think it's spiritual in nature.
So just the fact that we're humans
Yes.
engaging in sex,
Yes.
therefore it has a spiritual component, or the whole thing is
Definitely.
spiritual.
To me,
Nice.
there's nothing more spiritual than sexuality, because that's when you really adore yourself, adore the other person, you are merging into one.
Nice.
That's the most spiritual connection that you can have, I
Nice.
think.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of religions would disagree with you, but
Probably
absolutely.
not. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
disagree with me. But it's a form of meditation too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so in your experience working with women specifically, what do you think are their greatest barriers to specifically relationship satisfaction overall?
Okay, with everything, with sexual satisfaction, relationship satisfaction, anything is connected to their self-confidence. So when the woman themselves is not happy with themselves, if they are looking into relationship because they are trying to fill the void, it's totally not gonna work.
Right, right.
So that's the biggest barrier that I see.
Absolutely. So unless you're happy with yourself
Yes.
and fill yourself,
Yes, definitely.
you're not going to be able to find what you need outside of you.
No, you would only attract lack if you are coming from the lack.
Very law of attraction.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Now, if you could give women one recommendation around their sexual pleasure, what would
Okay.
that be?
Love yourself. Love yourself, touch yourself, look into the mirror. I saw that you did a body image podcast. It was great.
Thank
great.
you.
And I think all us women need to realize that this body is more than just a body. And then this body is more than just something that we look at and appreciate. It does a lot of different things. It's a wonderful thing. And when we appreciate that for what it is, then I think we radiate beauty. Then we radiate happiness, we radiate sexy, and then you would attract that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very well put. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, and our final question is our randomly generated Gorilla Soapbox question. What does your ideal sensual day look like? What a good person to ask this to.
Oh. I totally go with sensual living every day. Yes, my whole living is sensual. So, first center yourself, So I love waking up in this Tempur-Pedic bed, 1,000 thread count cotton sheet, wonderful.
With your heated toilet seat.
Totally.
Yes.
And then, I get into stretching, kind of yoga movements, and then meditation. We have wonderful breakfast every day, and we connect that way. And everything that we do is sensual. So especially for me, like when I'm drinking tea, I'm making love to the tea. When I'm talking to you, I'm energetically making love to you. So everything I do is like that. And then we actually physically make love about twice a day. And have kisses all day long. And then I even masturbate.
Even with a partner.
Even with a partner. I love that part. Yeah, actually he loves it too because, I don't know how deep I can get to that. But anyway, I think the more sex I have, the more I'm radiating it, and the more satisfaction I get. And it's just, and the easier it is to have a sexual encounter. It seems like the longer the couple is separated, or even ourselves, the longer we separate ourselves from sexuality, harder it is to come back to it. So
good, very good, yeah.
So I make sure that I am mindful in my lovemaking to myself.
You clearly radiate sensuality. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to check out lovelifeandsex.com, you can learn more about the work that Sayaka and her husband Nick are doing. Sexual fun fact number 999. According to a recent study, what percentage of people who are currently in a relationship say they would never break up with their partner?
83%.
83? Yeah.
Really? They say never?
Yeah, I think we're in a society of romantics. The Den recommend: eat, pray, love. All great things alone, and when you put them together as the title of a book, you get Elizabeth Gilbert's best-selling novel, Eat, Pray, Love. I loved this book. It's a beautiful personal account of Liz's journey through relationships, emotional pain, pleasure, indulgence in food, the beauty of language, meditation, spiritual growth, and world travel. Now, I know some women were put off by the beginning of this book when she's recounting being in Italy because of her emotional struggles and focus on pleasure and indulgence, but give it a chance. Her personal growth as a woman and human, and her ability to articulate this as a writer and someone in touch with the depths of her soul is inspiring. But know this one thing for sure: it will stir up any wanderlust you may have stuffed away. I know that Sayaka and I both share a deep appreciation of Deepak Chopra and his work in integrating Western medicine with Eastern philosophies. So here's a nice little quote from Deepak. However good or bad you feel about your relationship, the person you are with at this moment is the right person, because he or she is the mirror of who you are inside. So what's your recommendation around female sexual pleasure, if you could only name one thing? Let me know, and visit me at DrJennsDen.com or ZipZapToys.com, or email me at Jennifer@DrJennsDen.com. And if you're a woman interested in joy, relationship satisfaction, and the ability to love yourself deeply, get in touch with me and see how I can serve as your female sexual empowerment coach. So look at who's your mirror right now. Be kind to yourself. That's ridiculous. 83. People are giggity giggity. Don't put that in the outtake.